Hey everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews. Today's beer comes from Treehouse Brewing. This is their single shot, and it is a coffee milk stout, 6.4% alcohol by volume, and Treehouse is up in Massachusetts. Not a big beer. It is the final beer of the evening for me. I do like these milk stouts, English sweet milk stouts. That's what they're saying on Beer Advocate. Not a big beer, and the notes they say here: we are extremely excited to introduce Single Shot, a beautifully balanced coffee stout made with a special blend of our favorite coffees. It pours super dark in the glass, unleashing a fluffy mocha-like head. We experience flavors and aromas of rich chocolate, cold brewed coffee, and coffee ice cream. Single Shot is exceptionally creamy on the palate while maintaining a lightness that leaves you wanting more. Perfect for a can. And they can most of the stuff. Some of their stuff may be done in bottles, but most of the stuff is in a can. And over to Untapped, don't have a commercial description, 6.4%, no IBUs or commercial description. So this was sent to me by Christian, and he writes, him and his wife Sarah and his father Sean picked it up, and what she said, Single Shot at a separate time from the brewery within a week when they were canned. This one has, it says, a dream, it's true. And this says 0614 of 19. So this one has got a little bit more age on it than the ones he sent me in the Spear Mail package. So June 14th, July, August. So we're 9 weeks, approximately 9 weeks old. Still should have some nice coffee notes in it. Not a huge beer, being 6.4%. You need to treat coffee beers, stuff that's done with coffee, like coffee beers. Drink them as fresh as you can get your hands on them, guys, because coffee fades over time, just like hot stew. And I've told you that a million times already. So drink your coffee beers as fresh as you can get them. That's why I am doing it pretty quick. And being a lower ABV, if it was a 9, 10, 11, 12%er, the beer is going to keep for a long time, but the coffee is going to fade, guys. So with that being said, let's get on with this and see what we got. Plain Jane silver can with the wraparound stick-on label. The way it should be done, guys. Saves you money. Instead of them printing up a bunch of fancy artwork printed up cans, it's going to be either recycled or thrown away. Unless you're one of those guys that just want to save a bunch of empty bottles and cans. I don't do that. I ain't got room for that anymore. Homie, don't play that. So we're going to go pretty much down the center on this pour. Not a big head on this pour. Just a little bit left in there. About a half a finger of head. It is a deep khaki colored head. Very dark beer. Not a lot of light coming through. Very good looking beer though. Let's get it to the nose. Oh yeah, definitely getting the coffee. Rich roasted malt. Some molasses. Maybe a little bit of bittersweet chocolate. Maybe some dark fruit in there, but doubt if we're going to be able to pick that up. A lot of times, and being a milk stout, that means they brewed it with lactose, which gives it a nice sweet smell and taste, because it's an unfermentable sugar. Smells awesome, guys. I'm definitely getting the coffee on the nose. Let's see if we get it on the taste. Cheers, Christian, Sarah, and Sean. Thank you all for contributing to the beer mail package that Christian sent me. Smells awesome, guys. It really does. The coffee is definitely there, guys. Big time coffee notes. Caramel, toffee, black molasses, slight hint of some bittersweet chocolate. But the coffee is in the front seat, and if it was a school bus, it would take up half the seats, maybe 3/4 of the seats. Big time coffee notes. Very pleasant. If you're not a coffee fan, you're probably not going to like this. If you are, and you like a dark beer, milk stout, you're going to like this. Oh, that's so nice. When they say it's a coffee beer and I taste and smell that coffee, I am happy. I am pleased. I've had coffee beers, I don't taste any coffee. I've had bourbon beers, I don't taste any bourbon. I mean, when they have that written on the label and I get those beers or buy those beers and I smell that and I taste that, that reaffirms me that they've done it right. So especially if I'm drinking it fresh. I mean, if somebody sends me a coffee beer that's a year old or 2 years old, it's not the brewer's fault that I've got a 2-year-old beer that I'm reviewing. But when I get a fresh beer like this and it's a coffee beer and I taste that coffee, I smell that coffee, and it's an awesome beer to start off with, which the Treehouse, they make awesome beers in just about every category, whether it's IPA, double IPA, stout, whatever. A lot of these breweries know how to produce these beers, and they produce them very well no matter what style they're in, and Treehouse is in that category, guys. They are. So if you're in the vicinity of the brewery and you can get your hands on these, a lot of the breweries don't distribute Treehouse and Trillium and some of the others. You have to go to the brewery to get them, and they still are printing the date on the can, even though it's not going into distribution. That's the way it should be done. It should be done that way. I don't care whether your beers are distributed or not. If you can't give me the bottle or canned on date and at least the ABV, I want to know the vintage if I can get it. If you printed it on the canned on date or bottle on date, it's there. And if you're not doing that, at least give me the vintage. If you can't do that, you need to get out of the beer business. That's the way I feel. I wouldn't, if I went in there and I seen this beer and it had either the ABV on there and not the date, or it had the date and not the ABV, I'm not going to buy it, guys. I'm going to let it sit there for some other sucker to walk around and pick it up. You got to give me at least those 2 bits of information before I'm going to spend my money on it. This is an awesome beer, very tasty beer. So let me swirl this around. There ain't much left in there. And get the very end swallow out of the bottom of the can. That reinforced the head a little bit. Could not change the appearance. It's pitch black already, guys. So, great looking beer. Look at that. That's it. When you think of a stout or a milk stout, pitch black, nice khaki colored head, awesome aromas, awesome taste. Makes me want to spend my money. I would buy this beer if I could get it here, guys. So, let me sip on this. It'll come up to room temperature. We're going to go out on the deck and sip on it for a while, and I'll be right back. Alright, guys, I'm back. Been sipping on it for about an hour now. Very nice slicing it up on the glass. Very tasty beer, guys. I think this is a well-made milk stout. English sweet / milk stout, according to what Beer Advocate is saying. The front label here says coffee milk stout. I am getting the coffee big time on this one. I don't think it's outstanding, but it is damn close, guys. I've had better coffee milk stouts than this, but this is pretty damn impressive. If you say this is a 10 beer, I would not argue with that. To me, it's not quite there, but it is super close. It's kicking the door down to be there. With the canned on date on the bottom of it and the ABV on the front of it, and what I'm tasting in the glass and the lacing of stuff on the glass, the aromas and the taste. Oh my God, it's pretty close. I could go either way. I could go with a 9 or a 10 on this one here, guys. So I've had better coffee stouts, a little bit more, especially when you get into Sumatra coffees and stuff like that have that big off-the-chain coffee flavor. The coffee's there. I am not going to take that away from this beer one iota. But I've had just a little bit better coffee beers than what I am tasting here. The coffee's there, and it is pretty prominent, but it's not off the chain. And it's very easy to drink, especially for a beer, you know, that's only 6.4%. A lot of the coffee beers are in the imperial range, 9, 10, 11%. That has a little bit more body to them than this one has. But I do enjoy this beer, guys. I would buy this beer. That's the biggest recommendation I could tell you. I would buy this beer if I could get it here. But it's not quite to the 10 scale as far as I'm concerned. So let's dive in and do the final chug. Very nice coffee notes on the aroma. Nice sweetness to it with the lactose they've used in brewing this beer. The mouthfeel is decent, but like I said, being only a 6.4 instead of like an 8.4 or a 9, not as creamy and not as smooth, is the word I'm looking for. It's what I've had before. So 9 out of 10 on this one for me, guys, and I'm going to give this one a 98. And like I said, if you say this is a 10 beer best thing you ever had, I would not argue with that. But to me, 98 is where I'm going to put this beer. Over to beer, I think they say 96 out. No, they say world class. It is. It is a very tasty beer. And like I said, if you disagree with me and you say, oh my God, it's a 10 beer, it's the best thing I ever had, I would not argue with that. But I've had just a little bit better coffee beers in a bigger range. But for this range, it's pretty tasty. It's a low ABV as far as I'm concerned, being a 6.4 instead of an 8.4, a 9.4, a 10% beer. So for a low ABV English sweet milk stout, awesome. But I have had a little tastier beers, so I'm going to stick to what I said, 98 for me on this one, and Untapped has it at 4.29. That's the borderline between A- and solid A. I'm giving it a little bit better grade there than those guys are. So 98 for me, guys. Not quite to the 10, but pretty damn close. And if you think it's a 10, I would not argue with that. So if you've had the single shot from Treehouse Brewing, these guys make some awesome beers, no matter what style it is, whether it's an IPA, double IPA, a stout. They do it very, very well. And they got the can on date and they got the ABV on the label. That's what we're looking for. So if you've had this one from them, let me know what you think. To me again, let's go see what's in the fridge.